Okay, so tonight we're just gonna go over. Basically, just chose some random people to talk tonight who have just been killing it. Um, just to go over honestly some tips and tricks on enrolling. I mean, that's what we do. We sign people up for some awesome products, and then we help sign people up to show them how to do the same. It's just replication. So, okay, Sarah, do you mind going first? Sarah B. I know that you're not showing your face, so I don't know if you're not there, ready to go. But if not, that's fine because I have a whole list. Okay, I see you.
I was brushing my hair, sorry.
No, that's okay. You're good. Okay, so, super similar to the point. Just share. You could start with either loyal customers, distributors, or you could just talk about one specifically. It's you.
Okay, so
let me mute everyone. Sorry.
there, you're good.
Why am I having the hardest problem? Wait 1 second. And I lost you. Okay, are you muted still? Yep. Oh, no. You got it. Okay, cool.
Okay. So I think my biggest tip for enrolling customers right now is if you guys don't follow me, I am doing a meal plan and a workout guide. And I've been really incorporating it into obviously using the products because I do use keto coffee and greens. And I think the biggest thing that we stress on enrolling customers is getting your own results. And if you don't have weight to lose, that's fine. We have so much other products that you can get results with. So for me, I think my biggest thing is, so obviously when there isn't any like deals going on when you enroll a customer, like we used to have free shipping and a free gift. So when we don't do that, anytime I tell someone pricing, I'm like, okay, so you're going to get my 40% discount. You're going to get a free meal plan and a workout guide, which is the Live Fit app. And then I also say you're also going to get my one-on-one guidance to meet your goals. I just started saying that because obviously I have like a coach that helps me meet my goals. And I was like, why don't I incorporate that? Because we're technically online coaches if you think about it. We really are. And that has been working so well because I'm like, look, I'm going to share my results with you and you can share your results with me. So we're accountability partners. And I'm making it super, super personal with people. And it just literally, I'm sorry that is so loud. And that's been helping so much. Oh my God, sorry. So that is like my biggest thing for LCs is just really being personal, relating to someone, explaining how like whatever journey you're going through. So say, for instance, when I sell any hair products, like my hair has never been as long as healthy as it is. And I always am like, look, like this stuff saved my hair. And I'm just being super personal with people, explaining how I use the products because I can't sell products if I don't use them. They can see other people's results, but if they see mine, they're like, oh, wow, cool. That girl has results. Like I definitely trust her. So that's like my biggest thing for LCs. I don't know if you want me to just keep going or what?
No, that's perfect.
Okay. Do you like DTs or anything?
It's totally up to you.
Okay. So more or less with DTs, I wrote down a couple things. So obviously when you're enrolling DTs and runners, I think the biggest thing is showing people what you do daily so they can replicate what you're doing. And so they can just duplicate everything you're doing. So for instance, when I enroll a 90, a 96, a 120, a 126, whatever it is, I am sending videos to all of my girls in a group chat saying, look, I just enrolled this. I'm going to show you guys how I went from Instagram to text for them to order on the spot. And I just am constantly showing it because I can tell them as much as I want what to say and what to do. But if they can't see me actually doing it, it's not really going to do them anything. So I really like stress that on my girls. I do what I'm doing. I'm constantly hopping on power hours and work Zooms with my girls and I'm letting them ask me any questions. I think the biggest thing, I honestly had an aha moment last month and I feel like I haven't had one in a while. And I think that my biggest thing is like,
I don't think I can work for you.
Can you mute that person? Good. Okay. So I think my biggest thing is just like becoming friends with your distributors and just sending them positive vibes, like videoing them all the time, sharing motivational things to like to know that they're not alone during this journey, because they're not. And I feel like obviously we do that. And then sometimes I just I fell off and I was like, what am I doing? Like they're all going through stuff and so am I. So like, why not just share it together? And literally last week, I got these personalized letters that I sent to my girls. They were like a local artist made them. And they said like, keep growing, or I'm rooting for you. And like the rooting one was like a plant growing. And then it was a card. And so on the inside of it, I like wrote them a cute letter and I sent it to them. And all of them got them today. And they all were like, oh my God, this was so cute and so thoughtful. And like, it was just really the smallest things like go so far in people's life. And that is like, that's just so important. Just showing your distributors that you care about them and that they're not just a 400 box, that they're not just a diamond box, that they're not just someone on your chart, because they're a person, they care about you and they want you to care about them just as much. And so that is like my biggest thing with DTs. And then I had like just something I heard on a YouTube video the other day. So it was two things. One of them was like, the bigger your dreams are, the earlier you have to wake up. And that is so crazy because I'm a super night owl. I love working till 1, 2 a.m. And like, I still work till 1:30, and I will wake up to do a 6 to 8 power hour every single day, whether I'm tired or not. I feel so great. And like, it sucks getting that amount of sleep, but worst comes to worst, take a 30-minute nap later on. And you're going to get so much done. Like I get so much done in the morning that I can also get so much done at night as well. And I would really like, we would have early morning power hours and I would just sit there and I'd be like, I work till like 2 a.m. Why am I going to wake up at 6 a.m.? But I was like, why not? I enrolled a customer at 7:30 in the morning the other day. And I was like, I don't think I've ever done this in my life. And it felt so good to do it because I hopped on and took advantage of them. And I don't know if you saw, but I posted this thing on Facebook today. I shared it. I'm just going to read it. It really stuck with me. So it says, if you had $86,400 and someone stole $10, would you throw $86,390 away for revenge? Or would you move on and live? Right? Move on and live. See, you have 86,400 seconds each day. Don't let someone's negative 10 seconds ruin the remaining 86,390. Life is bigger than that, and so are you. And that is so crazy because I feel like we always get stuck on the no's. And I was like, if someone tells me no, like, why am I going to let that be like, oh, this day sucks today? Like, I really liked that. So, yeah, I think that's it.
I love that. That's so good. I gotta go check that out. Wow. But yeah, a few things. So guys, I was taking some notes. Like I do the same thing basically as you, Sarah. Like as soon as you said like the meal plans or whatever, I'm sure some people got like threw off a little bit because they're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I legit just can't do that because I just don't know. But it's ignorance on fire, you know, and it's using your resources, you know. So the Live Fit app is amazing, guys. Every single one of you should be using that as an incentive for your potentials, you know. So obviously our products are amazing. And they're going to get amazing results, but why not give them more incentives that we literally are given? Like our company gives us a lot of things. Like that Live Fit app is amazing. If you guys don't know about it or don't have it, definitely figure it out because that is huge. I use that all the time too. And they can like spin that wheel and get free products as well. So there's so many benefits around that too. I love that. That's so good. Thanks, Sarah. Okay. So, Elisa. I see you. Okay. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. So Sarah kind of took what I was going to say, but for
Emphasize it. That's fine.
So I recently got a personal trainer and they gave me that meal plan and stuff, and I've been like spreading it around to people, and I got my personal results last year. I lost 60 pounds with the triple threat, and then I like gained some of it back, and I kind of lost my spiel with everything. So I really just wanted to get personal results again, because that like personal results, yes, they help you get loyal customers, but they make you feel so good about yourself, guys. And I've gotten ones with skincare now as well, so I'm just like really rolling with it. What really works with me for customers as well is talking on my story and going live. I don't just talk about the products, but I I do stories where I make the products and I talk about the products, what they taste like, why I like them, immediate results and long-term results that I get. But also I'm like real with people. I try and be funny on my story. I try and like talk about the personal development that I listened to earlier in the day on my lives or on my story. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from that. I get a lot of all of the distributors I signed yesterday. I signed 3 distributors yesterday, and they were all just like people who reached out to me from my posts. And obviously like they followed what I talked about with products and stuff, but really they were following my life in general. Another thing with loyal customers that I'm doing is I really started going full force with HAP. And Facebook HAP is great. Like I made that video about printing out your friends list and everything, but I've been going balls to the wall with Instagram HAP as well. I send out 200 messages every day and I send them in the morning. I send more than that, but I send 200 messages in the morning for host to post. So every morning I get up 10 host to post like right away. And I'm continuing to get them up. I've gotten 20 out on Instagram today alone. And I get all those people to post for me on Facebook too. And I send them a different post. That's pretty much, and I get texts all day that say cleanse, guys. Like obviously we want to be reaching out to people and getting customers ourselves, but how awesome is it to get 10 text messages a day for people who want to lose weight? You know, like it's awesome. My phone is always blowing up now doing that. For distributors, I've been like getting really vulnerable with my posts. I stopped messaging for distributors. I used to message for them. I still add that in as an option when I cold message people. Like I give them like 3 or 4 product choices, but I also say I also have a work from phone spot available. And they, like a lot of people feed off of that. And I've been getting a lot of interest with that. But everyone who hosted a post for me last month, I got this idea from Marissa. I messaged them an hour before Allie went live about the giveaway. And I said, hey, just reminding you, giveaway is at 9 p.m. live on my page. Thank you so much for posting about me. It helped my team so much. I really appreciate it. We're doing another giveaway. Here's what the giveaway this month is. Would you give me a post? Would you want to enter again? It'll be a different post this time. And it was a distributor post. And I kid you not, I already have over 100 new potential distributors this month, and some of them are joining. Some of them have already joined, and then I have 2 more joining right now. And I got so many potentials, guys. 10 of them were from Nigeria, so they can't sign up, but I got like, my phone is blowing up. Like I have like hundreds of new potentials, and it's the 7th. So imagine if we do that every single month, how many host to posts we're going to get up, and then how many like team members we're going to get and customers. So that's what I'm doing. And then is it okay if we do like an aha moment? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So honestly, like my biggest aha moment recently is being growth focused instead of being goal focused. And I say this all the time, so if you're on my team, I'm sorry. This is like the millionth time that I've said this to you guys this week. But when you are focused on a goal, that's awesome. And I'm sure you're going to hit it, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to make you feel great. But if you're not intentionally growing as you work towards that goal, you're going to go back to the same place you were mentally, or you're not even going to move up at all. So when I started putting some intentional time and work into how I'm growing myself, what I'm doing to grow myself, I've seen huge changes just in the last month. With my push chat, I've been really, I don't know who's in my push chat or whatever, but I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been really intentional with the self-development I'm sending you guys. Last week, it was all mindset stuff that I did. So just like letting go of your ego, confidence boosting, believing in yourself, that kind of stuff. This week, it's mindset. We're like reading You Are a Badass, the green one together, the money mindset one together. Next week, I really want to do leadership. I'm just like being really intentional about what I'm working on and what kind of goals that I'm going to hit through growing my mind and what I'm doing, and bringing my team along the way with me. it's like cool to just tell someone self-develop for 10 minutes a day, but like, what does that even mean, you know? So I've been really intentional about what I'm saying and how I'm saying to my team now. And I feel like it's been a huge game changer for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, self-development is like crucial. Like this business is a self-development course with a compensation plan attached to it. You can't possibly grow and inspire a team if you're not growing and inspiring yourself. You know, like all the hardships or the setbacks or whatever things that, you know, some of you may be thinking or stressing about or feeling discouraged about, that's supposed to happen. Like that's supposed to happen. It's a growing and learning opportunity. So embrace it, you know, and go out there, talk to your upline, talk to your enroller about what your steps are as far as like self-development. Like if you're someone who's confused about it or thrown off by it, that is probably the reason why you feel how you feel, or maybe you might feel stuck a little bit, you know? So just keep in mind that you can't expect to grow a business or grow a team or anything if you're not growing yourself. Right? Okay, cool. Elisa, freaking awesome. I love that. Do you mind posting like the DT hosted posts in the comments that you use?
Yeah. I got it from Allie, but I think, yeah.
Do you mind? Just make sure you guys change up some words and whatnot. But I'm sure a few people are definitely wondering what it is.
Yeah, I'll put it in the thread.
You rock. Okay. So, Michaela, are you ready?
Good.
Hi. Okay. So, what's your biggest like tip, trick, something that's been working for you? Maybe like you do something a little unique or something that you just like love that's getting you more action and whatnot.
Okay, so I've just been doing just a little trick with upselling. I kind of got this off of Emily because she's been sending video recordings to her potential DTs. So one day I kind of just had a little aha moment. I was like, I'm going to try this with a potential customer. So kind of stepped out of my comfort zone to talk on here because I really didn't want to, but Emily just gave me that little extra push. But literally this girl was signing up she was getting cleanser, toner, and the exfoliating peel. And I was like, I'm just going to try to upsell her on the collagen because why not? I love it. It's worked for me. I had my own results. Why not just ask her? Because I just am never afraid to ask now. So literally just went in the kitchen, made a quick glass of collagen, and literally just set my phone up and just recorded myself and kind of just explained what it was. Told her like all the benefits of it, told her the price that she would get it for today, basically said like my entire website's going to be 50% off today. You're going to get this for blah, 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 and sent her the video. I was like waiting for her to respond. I was like, this girl's like whacked up. But she's like, oh yeah, I'm so in. She's like, I've never had somebody like come to me about that or anything. And like just in that sort of way. And I was just like, cool. So she ended up buying too. And I was like, I told my team too, and they already know. I was like, you just have to ask. Like, you just can't be afraid. Even today, I was telling Emily that this girl literally used the last amount of money that was in her bank account, and she was like $2 short of what the total was after like tax and shipping. And she was like, well, I'll just get started off with one. But then she ended up adding fat fighters too. So I was like, she literally used the rest of her money in her bank account. You just have to ask. Like, people are going to spend the money no matter what. So don't be afraid.
I love that. It's so true. You know, I feel like this is where perspective and mindset comes in. You know, I have people who are like, well, I'm nervous. Like they say they don't have money. I don't want to push them kind of thing. And I'm like, you're not pushing them. You're telling them about an opportunity that's literally going to change your lives. Like whether you're talking to a potential distributor or a customer. And you know, for a fact, like I was telling Michaela this morning when she told me that, I was like, when I was broke, like I would still buy things I wanted because I wanted them. Like that's just how it is. And now you can back them up with life-changing products or life-changing opportunity, you know? So I love that. I love that so much. And that's another thing with like self-development and growth, you know, we're sending texts all the time, and it's a blessing that we can work from our phones, but what's what's the next step that you're going to take to kind of stand out and be a little unique with people, you know? So she took that with sending a video, which is so awesome. Cool. Do you have anything else, any more advice, or that's it?
I think that's it. That was my one little point.
I love that. No, I love it so much. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Alex. Hi. Or Allie.
Did you see I changed my Facebook name so you guys wouldn't get confused anymore.
I appreciate it. I'm just kidding. You can keep it whatever you want. We'll figure it out.
It's common. Everyone's like, So actually, that's like perfect because I was going to talk about that too, like mindset and upselling, because I was so afraid. And then Brittany sent us this like screen recording of an upsell that she did. And I was like, there's no way. Like I'm already asking these people to like spend for a triple threat, for example, like they're going to spend this amount of money. Like there's no way I can ask them to spend more money. But I like really had to sit down myself and I'm like, it's not my job to spend these people's money. Like my job is to tell them about products that are going to change their lives. And it's not my decision and it's not my job and it's not my problem, but it's really not my problem to spend their money. So if they want it and they're going to spend it, it's not my job to budget them. And so I started doing it too. I mean, I haven't gotten to the point where I can send a video, but it really took a lot for me to be like, because I didn't want to lose a sale. And I enroll a lot of my customers just because like I have like really bad anxiety. And so I get nervous when like I send somebody a link and they're like taking long. But also I found that like I've had a lot less errors and like people really genuinely like appreciate you doing that for them. They're like, wow, yeah, like that'd be awesome. So I do a lot of upselling, like when I'm processing their order. And 9 times out of 10, they go for it. And even if it's just like, oh, I'll send you a few samples, like, or last month, like when I was promoting, I was slinging wraps. Like it was my job. I'm like, if you add a cleanse, I'll send you a free wrap. Like, and people barely, I had one girl tell me no. Like out of the entire month, I had one girl tell me no. And then once you get that first, like, yes, you're on like cloud 9 and you're like, yeah, I'm going to upsell everything. Like I'm going to upsell. And I do, like, that's like my main thing. Like I never try to not upsell. And if somebody tells me like, hey, I'm short on like whatever, or this month I don't really have it, or like money's tight, then I always say like, okay, well, let's start off with something that, you know, if it's weight loss and they want to do a trip with that, I'm like, let's start off with your thermal fight and then, or your thermal fight and greens, and then we'll add on coffee later. Like I always take 2 out of the 3, and 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah. And that's only if they're like, really this week I can't swing it. And, yeah, so that was really good. That my mindset is last month, that was like my aha moment. I was like, I need to change my mindset. And it really did work for me. Like I told myself every day, I'm diamond this month. And I mean, I was pretty far away. And I just kept telling myself, like, I got this. Every time that I'd have like a bad, like thought in my head, I went live and I was saying this too, and I don't want to be repetitive, but like one point I was going up my stairs and I stopped myself literally in the middle of my stairs. And I'm like, what am I even saying? Like, no, I'm not going to be negative. Like I am diamond this month, whether I like can believe it or not, like I am. And I was back to like positive thoughts by the time I got back to the top of the stairs. And I think that mindset literally has just changed my business huge, like massive through everything.
Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Alex just went diamond last month, which is amazing. Okay, so a few things that you said that kind of like got my attention is it's like I so get it. If there's people on here, you know, if you're new or maybe you kind of just like you have this like weird money mindset, like you're not alone. Like I even like till this day sometimes like overthink things when I'm trying to talk to people when it comes to money. Like there's this stigma around money that I hate, and my goal is to get rid of it as much as I possibly can. That's a huge goal of mine and why I do this. But it's funny because like we join this business to make money. So the majority of us are freaking broke when we join, or even within our first couple months, or maybe even your first year, you're still not at a point where you're super confident with, you know, your money mindset or just money in general. So when you're talking to people about spending money, in the back of your mind, you're like, well, I don't have money. I know how it feels to spend money when I'm broke. Like I get anxiety about it. Like I don't want them to feel anxiety. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like you get weird and it makes you anxious, but that is something you need to write down if that is you and get over it in some way, shape, or form. And that's where self-development comes into a lot. So there's many different places, you know, in 10Xers, we have the unit for self-dev. You have an abundance amount of videos and books and whatnot. So, yeah, I wrote down when you're talking, I wrote down just because you don't have money doesn't mean other people don't. You know what I'm saying? So I always have like that mindset every time, like, you know, I'm talking to people kind of thing. You know, just at people. Another thing is too, that I wrote down, when you start talking to someone, like, unless it's like a 1%er kind of thing, when they start talking to you, they know that what you're talking about is going to cost money. So don't let them throw them off. Don't let them throw you off when they speak about their budget or they don't have enough money or blah, blah, blah. Like you have to let that out. It has to go through one ear or one eye and out the other if you're reading it. You guys get what I'm saying though? Okay. Alex, thank you so much. Do you have an aha moment oh wait, you did talk about your aha moment. Do you have anything else you want to share? If not, totally fine.
No, just like along with that, my host posts this past month were huge, and I'm not going to go on about host posts because right now that's the thing and everyone does, but going along with the whole like not spending anyone else's money, I host a post for Thermal Fight, and my host a post says my friend Allie is looking for, I don't even know the number, X amount of people that want to lose 30 pounds in 90 days but have a budget of $45 or less, because Thermal Fight after tax and shipping is less than most places, it's like $43.50 or something. And with that, I have always upsold greens, and people have always bought greens with that. Like I didn't sell just Thermal Fight by itself last month, ever, not at all. I upsold the greens, and so I literally every single order, I was like, and these people are like, oh, you know, like $45, like that's my budget. And I'm like, okay, well for $69, you can get this, 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 and this. And people, I'm telling you, not one single person only bought Thermal Fight. And I just like, I just had to do it. Like I did double my BV almost.
Yeah. It just, all it does is start with like just sending the dang message, like
right.
Send it, you know. So I get it too, because I you know, I've always worked on upselling, but recently I've been trying like a different technique and working on upselling when they're ready to buy what we're originally talking about, instead of upselling in like the middle or beginning of the conversation. And I've been loving that, like waiting till the end where they're like, I'm ready to sign up, because I know they're set and they're ready to go. So then I'm just send them a little message, and the worst that can happen is that they say no, and you're like, okay, no problem. Like let's get started on Thermal Fight or whatever. And something else, I forgot who said it. Someone said it who already went, but it really caught my attention because it's so true. It's, you know, it's not our job to know people's budget. It's our job to help you get the results that you want to see. And it's so true. It's so true. Okay. Thanks, Alex, so much. You rock.
You're welcome.
Okay, Stace, you want to go next? Oh,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I am talking about how your mindset is so important, and when you are promoting and enrolling, that you are in control of your own promotion. That doesn't matter if Susie or Jennifer on your team is working or not, because it's your promotion. Okay. guys, this was kind of like my aha moment when I went from diamond to double. I recharted after I hit double completely. I had all new people the next month. It didn't matter to me that so-and-so went diamond and only enrolled 2 customers her whole life, because it didn't matter. Because I was like, I'm enrolling all these new people that want this opportunity, that want to run with me, that want to go to the top with me. So it didn't matter if she didn't enroll, because she was not paying my bills. I'm paying my bills. Okay. And when I have a lot of girls on my team, they'll say like, oh, I missed a fast start because so-and-so didn't enroll any customers. Well, it doesn't matter because I have the ability to fast start them myself. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I get that fast start, because that $100 isn't going to them. It's going right to me. So you can't rely on anybody else to promote, to work, to enroll as much as you do, because you need to be the hardest working person on your team.
I love that. And that all revolves around enrolling customers and distributors, like doing what we do every single day, being able to help your team replicate that. And it's, your business is always going to be changing. You can't come in here and enroll your first couple distributors and think that that's it. Like, these are the peeps. Like, I'm done. Like, they're going to be here forever. Unfortunately, people come and go, but there's a reason why there is a smaller amount of people at the top, because a lot of people don't realize that this business takes consistency. People do come and people do go, but that's why you have to continue to enroll distributors, to enroll customers, which you've always done since you first started. I am an ambassador, but guess what, guys? I do the same things that you guys do every single day. That's it. But I just put forth massive action, and I'm consistently growing my mindset all the time, because on top of failure, which was on top of another failure and another failure and maybe a setback, whatever it is, I know that that's just part of the process, and that I'm going to overcome it by growing my mindset and getting through that, and staying consistent, and it'll always come together if you don't slow down and you don't give up. So I love that. Love it so much. Do you have anything else you want to share? No pressure, you don't have to.
No. Honestly, I was just going to say, just having that positive attitude all the time, because that's what's going to help with your promotion. When you manifest your promotion and you write your affirmations and you are self-developing, that's just getting you in the mindset that, yeah, you are going to hit this promotion. And it's just reassuring you. When I was going diamond, I had sticky notes all around my house that said, I am a diamond leader. I am a diamond leader. Literally everywhere. Like the fridge, the pantry, on my mirror in the bathroom, like everywhere. And now I'm doing it again for triple diamond. So I literally have it all throughout my house because it worked the first time. So I'm like, yes. So every time I open a cabinet or I open the fridge or I go to the bathroom, there's a sticky note staring right at me, assuring me I'm going to be VIP.
I'm laughing because I remember you sending me a picture of literally sticky note in the fridge, like
everywhere.
Something. I'm like, oh, I didn't mean like, on a food in your fridge, but that's a really good idea because fridge a lot. So
exactly.
But I love that. And guys, this is something that I need to emphasize so much more, because a lot of people, this doesn't come natural to a lot of people, and it's not a bad thing whatsoever. But you guys have to continue to dream. There's no settling ever in this business. If you haven't made a dream board and really gotten truly deep inside your why or your whys, this business is going to be really hard for you. It's going to be really hard for you because it's really easy well, it's not really easy, but it's definitely easier sometimes to do the thing every day. You know, you wake up, you go to school, you wake up, you go to your 9 to 5 because you got a boss who is going to determine if you have a job the next day or not. But for this business, you are your own boss. So if you're not self-disciplined or you're not constantly staying inspired, it's like being your own boss can be a blessing or a sin. You know, it's going to be really hard for you if you're not consistently dreaming. And, you know, I tell people all the time, like don't be afraid of being selfish. Like you live one damn life, guys, like one life, and we are dreamers in this business. Like if you don't consider yourself a dreamer, like we need to talk, because that is extremely, extremely, extremely important. And I can't sit here and say that I haven't, like I didn't have a hard time doing that, because sometimes it is easy to get caught up in your everyday emotions. Or maybe you promote to a rank and you're like, damn, this paycheck is great. And then you're like, I'm a freaking diamond. Like, this is amazing. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm set. Like, I'm making $2,000 from my phone. But I'm telling you right now, you got to go all the way up until Ambassador Plus, still dreaming. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you make. You need to continue to grow that. But not only that, guys, you have a team. Like, you can't get, you know, to your one goal, inspire and bring all these people with you, and then be like, good luck. Like, you got to do that yourself now. Like, you have people who are in your downline that you need to inspire, that you need to push and reach their goals too. And along the way, you're going to grow as well. You know, your paycheck's going to grow, your chart's going to grow, your team is going to grow. But it's not just about you, of course, because when you're dreaming and growing, you're able to teach other people to do the same exact thing. What's better than that? Right? Okay. Janie?
Oh, I hate that you saved me for last, because literally everyone said everything. Like,
that honestly, and I was gonna say that earlier too, when I forgot who, because there's so many of you came on, and maybe it was Elisa. I think it was Elisa, and you said everyone said the same thing. Well, guys, like,
no, I have stuff to say. I wrote stuff down, but like I was like, oh, I was gonna say that. Oh, I was gonna say that. Oh, I was gonna say that. That's okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and don't be afraid to emphasize upon those things, because that really just goes to show that we all are the same. Like, we literally start in the same position, doing the same damn things every day. That's it. We should have this issue. We shouldn't be like speaking completely different things, because that goes to show how simple it is to replicate what we do. You know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna start. So like Elisa and I's downline have been going fucking ham with haps. Like, literally, like I used to do Hosa Post, and I used to think that it was like you know, like it was a huge deal if I got up like 2 a day, but we're getting like 15 to 20 up a day. And like, we're literally having like enrollments upon enrollments and upon enrollments and upon enrollments, like literally just blowing up that chat. And it's all because of HAP. Like I maybe cold message like 50 people. All my enrollments, I have enrolled over 1,000 BV already on the 7th, straight from HAP. Like, it literally is coming straight from there. So if you're not doing HAP, do HAP. And don't say it doesn't work for you, because it's only working for you because you're not working it. And you're not working it the right way. So you may not be sending out the right message. You may not be talking to people about the right things. I really wanted to touch on the upselling with HAP, because so I do 2 HAPs strictly. That is it. And I really, really, really like the Instagram HAP that Emily sent us, the cleanse one. It's fucking fire, dude. I get like so many people texting me cleanse. And I'm not just selling them the cleanse. They're getting a 96 or a 120 BV order. So when I am posting about so on Facebook, I'll message like the active people on my Facebook Messenger, I'll message them like, hey girl, I have a question for you, not trying to sell you products. And like literally everything that I'm saying right now, like Emily does. So like I'll go into that later, like success leaves clues, but like, okay, so if you want to be an ambassador diamond, then do what an ambassador diamond does. Like it's literally that simple. But I don't even know what I was saying. But I messaged people on Facebook, and then I just asked them to host a post for me. And what I changed this month about my host a post is I'm getting a little bit more personal with the message. So instead of just simply like asking them to post for me, I kind of put like my feeling into it. I just say like after I asked them to put the post up, I said, it would mean so much to me because I'm working for a life-changing promotion that'll help my family out so much. Would you be willing to do that for me? And like people want to help you. And by just simply putting up a post, like I do get people that say no to me about HAPS, but like more like times than not, they do say yes and put it up for me. So I do that. So, and then I saw Allie had a question about Instagram HAP. So for the Instagram HAPs, literally I just found like a random picture of like bottles of the cleanse and wrote over it just like Emily did, and just said like, my friend Jeannie is looking, let me find the picture, but it's like, my friend Jeannie is looking for 10 people who want to try a gentle aloe-based detox cleanse, no harsh effects. It's just this, and then like it's literally just like a simple picture of the cleanse, and then after that they're posting a result picture, and it just says like, our 2-day cleanse is killing it. And on the bottom it's the call to action, which is huge. This is how you get the text for the HAP. It just says like, who is interested in more info, text cleanse to, and then it says my number for details. And then I have people text me cleanse, and literally Emily did that. So I was like, I'm gonna do it because I want to be where Emily is. Like so I do that for Instagram. So like, instead of doing the unsend resends for like a PLC, I do an unsend resend for HAP, just like Elisa does. And that's how we get so many HAPs up, because literally people are like, oh, an Insta story that goes away in 24 hours. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, it's so simple. And then for Facebook, for HAPs, I do the Thermo X, and it just says, and this is the exact one Emily does again, but it just says like, my friend Janie is looking for 5 models who can trust your opinion. You know what? Let me just write that in the chat, because there's no reason you guys aren't going to write that down fast enough. That's what I do for the Instagram HAP. And then like when people comment on it, I just like message them, say, hey, sending you a message, check your request. Because if I'm not friends with them and they haven't accepted it, I'm not going to wait for them to accept my request because it takes too long. Number one, I'm going to forget who I've friended. So I just message them and I say, check your requested messages, because it's going to go to requested if I'm not friends with them yet. And then I'm like, hey, like I saw your comment on so-and-so's post, like, do you want to lose weight? They're like, yeah, get their number. And it's a normal weight loss convo. Like, even though I was only talking about the Thermophyte X on the HAP, I'm doing a normal weight loss convo, which is, for me, I typically don't sign less than 96 BV with Thermo X HAPs. Like it's always like a 96 or 120, because if they don't like coffee, they get the 96, which is the Thermo X, the greens, and the cleanse. But if they do like coffee, it's the 2 bags of coffee, greens, and Thermophyte X. So like literally, like that is so much freaking BV just from a Thermophyte X HAP, which would have been 30 BV if you didn't offer everything else. I also have a video on 10Xers. It literally says how to enroll big ass orders. So make sure you watch that, because I have more specifics. I could literally talk for hours about upselling, but everyone pretty much said like really good tips about it. And then another thing I wanted to touch on is like, so earlier, Emily was talking about you are a badass at making money. So currently in our push chat, that's what we're doing for self-dev. But I was doing that before, and like I freaking love it. Like I remember I was at conference and I was getting a margarita at the bar at the Marriott, and this presidential, I wish I got her name, but like she was like, she saw I had like the huddle tag on. She was like, oh, like congrats on getting in the huddle. Like, you know, whose team are you on? What rank are you? Like, what's your goal? And I was like, well, by the end of 2019, I want to be presidential, but I honestly don't think I can do it. And she's like, why not? And I'm like, I just truly don't think that I could possibly like be capable of making that much money. And she's like, okay, so you have a money block, so you need to read You're a Badass at Making Money. And basically in that book, she talks about your relationship with money, how you feel about it. She literally tells you to write letters to money. And it's crazy, like how much just listening to that for 30 minutes a day has been helping me with my mindset of actually knowing that and believing that I can get there. Because like Emily said, like we're no different than anybody else at the top of the company like her. Like she literally does the same things as we do. She just has mastered her mindset. I mean, she still has to work on it every day, but she just posts, she messages, follows up. Like she does the same things. So just by being consistent and being really intentional with her personal development is how she got there. So I think it's really important to, like Lisa was saying earlier, like be intentional with your self-development, because like I used to just put the stuff on in the background and like kind of just do self-development because I felt like I had to, but like recently been like being intentional with it, and it's been awesome. I don't really know if I have anything else. Does anyone want me to like touch on anything? I feel like I just kind of.
You're good. You're so freaking funny. I don't think I ever not laugh whenever we're.
What did I say that was funny?
You're just funny, and not in a bad way. I'm not like making fun of you. You're just funny. I love it so much. Gives people a little ease on here because I know some people are probably nervous getting on too. No.
Oh, yes, Allie, yes. I forgot to say that. Thank you. That was my main point. I didn't even touch on it. Okay, yes. So I did touch on it, but I didn't say it. So basically earlier I was saying like success leaves clues. So if Emily Worsing, Ambassador Diamond, top 20, is telling you, hey, this is how I sign a customer. Hey, this is how I sign a distributor. Literally do it. Just do it. Do not overthink it. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Literally, don't try to fucking make up this cold message like, hey, Susie, like, blah, 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 90-day challenge, you get this discount. But no, like, that's not how Emily messages, so don't do it. Like, and like people at the top, like literally like, okay, so if you are really inspired by Stephanie and Joel Dunn, literally watch all of their videos and do what they do. If you're inspired by Kara Young, I fucking love her. Literally watch all her videos and do what she does. If it's working for them, there's no reason why it can't work for you. Yeah. But like, it's just like, but also like how we were on a Zoom with Nate earlier, and it's like, if things aren't working for you, then don't do them. Like if you're messaging for distributors and that's working for you, great, awesome, keep going, keep doing it. But if it's not, then don't do it. Like, you know what I mean? But also like you have to kind of, it's kind of tricky because it's like some people like message for like 5 hacks and are like, oh, it doesn't work for me because people no one posted. Like, that's a different story. But like, I don't know, just like, don't try to recreate the wheel. Like if it's working for tons of people, and if you've heard a lot of the same tips on this Zoom tonight, like it's clear that it works. So just take it and run with it. And you know, if you find that this certain message is not really getting you a lot of people, then don't do that message. Do something else. But like we don't sit here on Zooms almost every night with you giving you tips if like we didn't truly care about like your success. Like we can give you all the tips in the world and we can give you all the advice in the world, but like if you don't take it and you don't implement it and you're not intentional with it, then you're going to stay stuck where you are. So just take the tips that you get and run with them, and just be really intentional with like why you're here, really.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Also, I'm sure some of you may be wondering, like, how to even go about certain things that, like, have been talked about tonight as far as, like, really host a post, because I know a lot of people are emphasizing on that. Just reach out to your upline. Like, that's it. You know, it starts with taking that one step and that one initiative. Like, with host a post, it's definitely something a little different and out of some people's comfort zone, but it's just added on to what you're doing already. It's just an extra perk kind of thing. So for me, you know, I still cold message every single day. You know, I've never swapped things for things of what I'm doing. I just always add it on. So, like I said, just reach out to your upline. Like if you're wondering about a story, like a cleanse story for Instagram for a host to post, and you're like, I don't even know how to go about it, just ask. Literally just ask. Do not be afraid to ask. Like, that's how we're one team, one mission. That's what they say. So there's a lot of support. Yeah, Janie raising her hand.
Sorry, it's a teacher in me. But another thing you just said, like you said something about ignorance. Did you say something about ignorance?
No, but earlier I said ignorance on fire.
Yes. I love that. It's better to have ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice. I love that. So like when I joined, like my posts were so bad. Like, and I look at my messages and they were like 3 paragraphs long. Like, what was I doing? But like, I literally was just talking to everyone that I knew because I was so excited. So it's better, like, if you're getting all these tips, don't overthink it. Don't overthink host to post. Don't overthink messaging. Just be ignorance on fire. So if you're doing it wrong, so what? Just do it. Like, the more results or the more action you put in, the more results you're going to get out. So like, don't overthink. Like, I have so many girls on my team that are like, well, like, I just don't know how to post. And like, I literally will give them a caption and like say, hey, put this word here, put that word there. And they still don't post it. So it's like, it's better. Like, if you're given all this information, just use it. Like, it's better to have all this information and be using it wrong per se than to have all this information and just not talk to anybody about this opportunity, because it is your due diligence to give people this opportunity, especially if, like, I don't know, like, I guess I'm just trying to say, like you're almost doing yourself a disservice if you're not like giving people the opportunity. If you're not giving people the opportunity to like join your team or to try your products. So just get it out there, and like, who cares if it looks bad or whatever. That's a skill that can always be taught, and like, you can always ask your upline for tips and stuff like that, but just like, don't just not do anything, because then that's really not going to get you anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to a podcast today, and I was Zooming with Michaela and Stacey, and I sent it to them. Really ironic, because that's literally exactly what it was about. And it was John Maxwell interviewing Rachel Hollis. If you guys don't know both of them, or just one of them, you gotta look them up because they're both amazing. And it was so good, like the most random duo ever, but it was amazing. And it was really quick too. It was probably like 15 minutes. And what she said like really, really, really stuck with me, because I'm a lot like her story. Sometimes it's hard for me to understand why so many of you guys are afraid of failure. And I'm not saying that I don't necessarily understand. I can't just sit here and say like I've never been not afraid. Like I always am. Like, I literally, when I can I can act like so excited about something or not look nervous at all. Like, I've gone skydiving multiple times, and people think I'm crazy for doing that. Like, a lot of people are like, I don't get how you do that. Like, you're just so chill. Like, you just like are so impulsive and you do it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm scared as shit. Like, I'm really scared. Like, I am shaking on the inside, but I just do it because I know that I'm gonna be okay. Like, I have more chance of dying in a car crash just driving there. Anyways, it's not to talk morbid things, but you get what I'm saying? Like, what she was saying about failure is, when did we like get this like vibe of like failure being like such a horrible, scary, bad thing? Like, you have to fail. Like, you have to try things and fail. If you refuse to fail, then it's going to be really hard for you to live life, like, in general. Like, you need to embrace it. You need to just like let it out and say that I'm going to fail, and I'm going to fail again, and I'm going to fail over and over and over again. And each time I do that, I'm going to grow. I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to open up a part of my brain that I had no idea existed. And then one day you'll be able to teach, all of you guys, for example, in my position, that you're going to do the same exact thing. You know, my post today that I wrote was kind of surrounded or inspired by like that podcast. And she said a quote, and I don't remember from who. Zig Ziglar? No, I don't think so. But anyways, it was so good. And it was, he said, so many people, and I'll just like use me an example, like so many of you guys, just people in general, may see me like standing on top of this mountain, like Ambassador Diamond, Emily Worsing, Mass and Roller, like, okay, whatever, like titles, I guess, which I hate, but like you see me standing on top of this mountain, right? But what you don't realize is that mountain is literally just full of failures. But I decided to stand on top of the mountain instead of like burying myself beneath it, beneath all those failures, you know? So keep that in mind. That like really stuck with me. I love that so much because it's so true. It is so true. So you just have to find something inside of you that's going to push you through your circumstances and your excuses that may be very, very legit of a reason to slow you down, make you quit, you know, a legit reason for you to say peace out, or just like, you know, maybe something that you think that is a valid excuse as to why you can't be successful. Like whatever that is, you need to find something inside of you, in your heart, wherever, however, to overcome that, like to push through that regardless of like what is going on inside of here, because we all go through it too. It's the same. Okay, 9:59. Perfect. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions from today? That was so good. Thank you, girls, for getting on again and stepping up out of your comfort zone. Hell yeah. Listen, I'm still nervous sometimes when I like go live or do Zooms. It's so natural, but I'm still growing just like you guys. And you're all so talented. I love it so much. No questions? None? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you all for getting on. And please don't forget Ashley Mayfield's Zoom tomorrow, because I know y'all been waiting for this day for like ever. If you are needing a pump up or a laugh in any way, Ashley will definitely get you there. She is freaking awesome. For 84 years. You guys are so funny. All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.